solid effort start to finish by our group. I felt like we got better with the game. Very strong St. Thomas team. They obviously pushed late. We were able to take advantage of a big 5-on-3, and then they responded. But I felt like our group stuck together. It's difficult to lose your captain that early, kill off a 5-minute major. But our energy was there, our legs were there. I felt like we complicated things for them on their breakout, and their goalie stood tall. He stopped some great looks by our guys through the early to middle part of the frame. But credit to our guys to stick with it and find a way to get one past them. And just really happy for our guys to get to enjoy a moment like this. But we're going to need to be ready tomorrow because I have a feeling we're going to see a much different St. Thomas team and one that's certainly ready for us.
Coach, talk to me about just getting those 2 quick goals there in the third period too. Sometimes like you can kind of lose a little bit of an emotional high once you get that goal, but to respond right away and get it 15 seconds later, I mean, how key was that?
I mean, that's momentum in sports. It was a goal that got our student section into it. Awesome again. I mean, I have to make note of the student section. I mean, what a home ice advantage to have those guys behind the opposing netminder in the third period. We score again. Emotions are even higher. We score a third goal, and then we got into some freshmen taking penalties, and again, that's when you're playing freshmen in big moments. That's what they do. Lucky enough, it didn't cost us in a big way tonight. And then we have Brady Zemer put one home with the goalie out, which was obviously big, and really proud of Kayden Hargraves and how he responded after a tough angle goal.
Can you speak specifically about the game winner? I mean, you called the timeout there on the 5-on-3, and I thought it was a really interesting time to use it, and probably the smart time to use it, just considering the situation. But, just to kind of set something up, you had one look, they cleared it, and then you kind of came back into the zone. And
we haven't been on the 2-man advantage very much this year. We also had a power play that seemed to be hurrying plays. So we needed to take a timeout to get organized in what we wanted to do, but we also needed to calm our guys down and let them know that they had time. In 5-on-3s, especially extended 5-on-3 man advantage, those are gold. You gotta capitalize. And Ula made a play, good net front presence. Great job by Chad Demers to have them ready. It was a big moment.
Yeah, and just in terms of Kayden's play too, this is 2 good, really solid games from him. And you look at Bemidji last week and then going into this one, I mean, to see him sort of really, I know you like all 3 of these goalies, but to see him really settling in and to get one here at home, I mean, first win here at home, I mean, how's that feel for you?
That's Hargraves. Obviously, there's a lot around this game, and we wanted to win. He's unfazed. It doesn't matter where he plays the same way because he loves hockey. He's for his teammates. He's been playing this game a long time. He's been in a lot of big games. He's very consistent in his preparation and his mentality. And I think you see that. Like, obviously, he wants the goal he let up in the first period back. He just settled back in. He turned the page quick, worried about the next shot. That's a pretty promising sign from a young goaltender.
Obviously, losing Arda really early was a big storyline in this game too, in a lot of ways. I mean, how did you sort of supplement what you had there, and how did you kind of work around it?
Guys have to step up in different ways. I mean, throughout a season, these things happen. So you're certainly not going to panic. Well, we would have loved to have them. We had some guys that we felt were called upon that had some really solid nights. We had, it actually gives you some flexibility to do some different things with your lines, which helps to motivate some guys and creates opportunities for others. So when you're talking after a win, you can look at it in a positive light. Not so much at other times, but we're hoping he's back in there tomorrow. I don't anticipate any supplemental discipline. It wasn't a vicious hit. It was a big, strong kid hitting a vulnerable player, and I think the call was fair.
Coach, just general, I mean, getting the win here, kind of getting the monkey off the back. I mean, you guys had the Ferris State Series to open this place, and then, these guys come in here and you get your first win. I mean, just this moment, I mean, to give these fans a win, I mean, what's it sort of mean to you?
Well, we were going to win at Midco Arena. So, I'm happy it came sooner rather than later. Would we have liked it against Ferris? Yeah. We lost in 3-on-3 overtime on Saturday. We have now split or had an opportunity to split 3 consecutive weekends. Okay? We went on a Friday. We have a team in St. Thomas who is going to be extremely well prepared and ready to go right from the start at 6:07 tomorrow. I am most looking forward to seeing our guys. How do we respond after a Friday win? Are we able to push right from the start? Are we celebrating? Because I asked them to put everything on pause. As a young group that's trying to mature, that's your next step. You went on Friday. Oh, thanks. That's what we were here to do. Let's come back with a great effort again on Saturday.
Brett, how does it feel just to get the win and kind of get the monkey off the back in ways? I mean, you knew wins were going to come eventually, but to get it here tonight against the top team in the CCHA, I mean, how's that feel to you?
Obviously, it feels good. Obviously, losing Bash early wasn't good for us. He's a big part of our team, but I feel like the boys rallied behind him and worked together. So I feel like it was good to get that first one at Midco.
Yeah, and him going down in the first period too. I mean, kind of walk me through sort of mentality. When your captain goes out that early in the game. I mean, where do you guys sort of kind of pick up from there?
I think it's just other guys have to step up. Leaders have to emerge when your main guy's down. So I thought we did a good job of that, and that's why we were victorious.
Secondary mission. I mean, what was sort of the sort of the message going into that third period?
We felt like we were actually playing pretty good. Obviously, stay of the box and a couple of those minor details, but we felt like we were good. Just had to stick with it and get some more traffic on their goalie.
Can you walk me through the goal there, Evan's goal there?
Dono made a good play on the breakout, hit me, and I just tried to. I know Macker can fly, so I just tried to drag someone towards me and let Macker do his thing, and I gave him the puck, and obviously he made a great play.
In terms of building momentum, I mean, get 2 quick goals like that in the third period. I mean, how huge is that to sort of build momentum and kind of give yourself a little cushion and give him a little break?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, scoring 0 goals in the first 2 periods, crowd is probably a little down. So getting them back into it, getting momentum back, and having some life in the building was huge for our energy.
Kayden, just walk me through this game a little bit. I mean, if the first period, I know they get the goal, but you get a little support there in the third period, but to kind of hang in there those first 2 and get into the third. I mean, did you feel like you sort of settled into the game a little bit?
Yeah. So obviously, them getting the first one quick wasn't ideal, but the team still didn't seem to phase them, and we had some big leaders step up. So after the first period, and then the second period was, I mean, like some of the best hockey we've played all year. And once we got the first one, I kind of eased my stress a little bit, and then we popped the second one right away. So made it pretty stressless, if that makes sense.
When they get the 2 quick ones, I mean, as a goalie, what's that kind of do for you, just in terms of almost feeling like kind of they got your back a little bit and just the energy?
Yeah, it's still the same game in your head, right? Like it's still just hockey all the time, but definitely makes it easier to be more confident on pucks instead of not a little timid, but even in your subconscious, you might be a little timid if you only have a 1-goal cushion, and getting 2 there was huge.
What do you take away from just kind of the energy that you guys have felt here at Midco these first 3 games? Just maybe from the student section and from the fans and everything. I mean, what do you sort of take away from it?
Yeah, it's awesome. The student section is unbelievable. I really didn't expect it to be as great and as consistent as it is. It's always full every single night, and then all the other fans are awesome as well. And Sioux Falls is a great community, Augustana, great school, so just awesome. Happy to be a part of it.
Brett, I mean, for you too personally, I mean, just what's it, what do you sort of take away from kind of what you've seen from just the fan presence and whatnot, at these first 3 home games?
Obviously, it's really nice around campus. Obviously, there's not a lot of hockey around here, so there's a lot of questions about what the rules are and what things like that are. So, but obviously they know the main ones, the goals and stuff like that, and they're going bananas when we score. So That's the main thing, is they're keeping the energy up, and yeah, it's good for us.
So during the week, do you spend a lot of time like teaching the game and stuff?
Sometimes there's a lot of questions, like what offside is, what icing is, why the whistle goes so much, where the face-off dots are, stuff like that. So, but yeah, a lot of teaching away from the rink.
For sure. That's all I got, guys. All right, nice. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, thank you.